Welcome back to the Lawkward Chronicles. My name is Larissa and today we are going to be going over book tropes and some recommendations with my favorite book tropes. Romance novels typically follow a few patterns, or they have little sprinkles of things called tropes in them. Tropes are just like how the story is set up. They're not always cut, copy, paste, but they follow a specific formula. And with those, there's often multiple tropes within each book. But I'm going to be going over a list of mine. I really tried not to double up. Just know that some of these have multiple tropes so like enemies to lovers, for instance, lots of close forced proximity. The first trope, my absolute favorite trope of all time, is the friends to lovers trope. A lot of the times this is like they grew up together, they're best friends, inseparable, and either they've both had feelings for each other, someone has had feelings and has been pining but doesn't want to ruin the friendship. Therefore, they don't say anything, and then there's angst and yearning, and finally something happens that causes them to be more than friends and turn into lovers. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This book is a lot of hit or miss with a lot of people, but I absolutely adored it and I thought it did the trope very well, and it was fun, like little vacations. Next one is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is the old cover. I wish I had the new cover. This is childhood friends to lovers. Things happen. It's so cute, so fun. I'm trying not to like go into synopses because I have to leave soon. I could just talk all day. The third recommendation I have is The Cheat Sheet, which is by Sarah Adams. It's a closed-door romance. Also some fake dating in there. The next trope is enemies to lovers, which makes this one special because something happens and these two people just absolutely hate each other. Whether it's a miscommunication as to why they hate each other, whether it's just some instance that when they first met, they were like, oh, this dude sucks kind of thing. But most of the time, it's one person really likes the other person but doesn't know how to like communicate their feelings, so they make their life a living hell kind of thing. But sometimes they actually are true enemies, and due to like a forced proximity secondary trope, they learn to understand each other and often realize that they have had misgivings of the other person. The first book that I absolutely love, this is a big comfort read for me because it's just so fun, is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Hit or miss for people. I absolutely loved it. They work in the publishing industry. The movie, meh, was okay. Next up is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Two authors forced to be next to each other in a beach house. And then lastly, Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. This came out last fall and it's about women in STEM. It's just fun. It's a good time. Next up is Fake Dating. I think this might be my second favorite trope. The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. Just continuing on with her. This is just a fun, cute read, not to be taken seriously. Neither of these are to be taken like super seriously. They're just super fun, lighthearted. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, also like an enemies to lovers. The vibes on here are immaculate. I think I did a whole reading blog on this, so if you want to check that out. Next up by Christina Lauren again is The Soulmate Equation, DNA sampling dating app. And okay, so I was trying to stick to 3, but I'm a liar. And so The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. It's a childhood second chance fake dating. Forced proximity, super fun. So this is oftentimes like the one bed trope, a romance, something that causes the other. Workplace romance is also very common, as we saw with like The Hating Game. Something that causes the two leads to be close to each other, working together, or living together. Like they are all up in each other's businesses, see each other on the regular. So with that, we have The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. It's a romance. It's opposing schedules. Some heavy topics in this due to with like gaslighting of former relationship. Look up some trigger warnings if that is the case. Next up is X's and O's by Amy Lee. You're just gonna continue to hear about this one for a while because I thoroughly enjoy it so much. And Lastly, The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon, a workplace romance where they're in radio. And that's, you know, also a fake dating. Lastly, sports romance. I thought I read a lot of this, but it turns out I just read a lot of companion series novels in the sports genre trope. So oftentimes it's college sports. My favorite is professional sports. So we have the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. This one I like. It's not my favorite, but it's fun. It's college hockey romance. The next one is The Bromance Book Club. I've talked about this a lot too, by Lisa K. Adams. It's a bunch of professional athletes, but also like really high level earning men that are in a bromance book club and trying to better their relationships with their significant others. Lastly, I have not talked about this one because I haven't read this in a very, very, very long time, but I devoured these books when I first read them and want to do a reread of them because it's been so long and I highly enjoyed them. I want to see if they live up to what I thought of them. Play by Play series by J.C. Burton. It is a professional athletes. There are so many of them and they are all like interconnected, but can be read individually. I remember them being quite spicy. Well, there are some of recommendations that I have read for my favorite book tropes. What are your favorite book tropes? Leave that in the comments below, as well as like any recommendations for those book tropes. Do you have different ideas that fall under each of these tropes? I would love to hear it because I'm really fighting the urge to buy more books at this point. It is so difficult for me, and who knows, maybe one day I'll give in to that pressure that I'm putting on myself because I really want to do a book haul because I really want to buy books. Feel free to give this video a like if you like this kind of content as well as any other bookish content, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any bookish content over here. As well as respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye.